character, close my eyes, blink, make a mouth expression, okay? Just to give you a one-on-one. So this was my sketch. I'm going to show you how I got here. I only animated the top, the eyes, as you can see so far, the blink and the open. I'm going to create some more mouth expressions. Something to note, I call this Karina test since I'm making it for Karina. In your rigging, there are set names for all the layers. So I brought in my Photoshop file, which Photoshop's slowly opening. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But right now this is my default rest state. As you can see in my mouth layer, there are phonetics and phonemes. In my eye layers, there are left blinks, right blinks. And I realized I mislabeled some of my phonemes, so I'm having a little bit of trouble setting up the phonemes. In theory, I should be able to go to my lip sync feature. And what I did with the O is I clicked on the O, double click. It will take me into an O state, and so I'll turn on what the O looks like by going to behaviors tag, O mouth, and having the O mouth visible as my O, not the closed lipped. That represents my O statement. So if I go back to my triggers, sorry, it's running super slow. That would link to O. As you can see, there's different names, so it needs to match the names. So I'm going to head over to Photoshop to show you how I set this up. In Photoshop, I made my character in Illustrator because I draw in Illustrator. But then I just brought the Illustrator file in here. And then it was all one layer, so to separate stuff, I'll show you what I did. I used the quick selection tool over here, and I selected a piece of the character, like the eyeball, and I made it its own layer by going Alt, hello, oh, it would be helpful if I was on the body, right? By selecting the layer, I'll just do that for a second, and Command Alt J, and then it would make a new layer, and I'd call it hand, and then I'd have hand as its own individual layer. Okay? So that's how I separated my pieces. Once my pieces were separated, I made new folders for each one. So I have a folder for body, which has my base, my head, which has my nose and my eyebrows, and the actual head. I have my left eyes and right eyes, and then I'm just going to relabel some of these sounds to better match the stuff. So instead of D, it was D. And then as opposed to it being O, it was O. And hopefully that should sync up better. Save. So when I opened in character, my Photoshop file, I went new project. And once the new project was open, I went file, import, and then I was able to drag my puppet here into the scene. So if you're in the record stream, you would just drag it right in, and all of a sudden I'll have two Karinas. I had to scale mine because mine was super big, so I just scaled it down on this side. Hello, multiples. So as you can see there, there's two of me. And obviously if you have multiple characters, you just need to reposition them. Ooh, creepy. So right now I'm resting on an O face, which doesn't seem to be what my goal is. So I'm going to just delete my second one, so there's not two of me. I'm going to go back to the rig stream, and my resting face is the closed lip. So that's super important. Resting face is closed lip, so that should be the only mouth feature open. In my lip syncing now, I'm going to add my by double clicking the and opening the trigger. Matches one layer, tagged with Matching starts at mouth. Okay. I got my D layer. this is the smile. Okay. That equals smile. Perfect. Head, smile, good. So then my next one should be and It's very click sensitive apparently. And that is perfect. And then I click off. I want to have one for D. And I go to my behaviors. And I go to D. Never seen something to be so finicky. Hello. Testing mouth. Hello.